Here's a GRE geometry question. Let's take a look. An engineer has designed a bridge to have a 250-foot cable attached to a tower at a height of 240 feet. See the picture. So we have this cable right here that attaches to the tower at a height of 240 feet, just as the problem says. Assuming the base point of the cable does not change, so we're holding that base point right there, approximately how much more cable would the engineer need so that the cable attaches at a height of 280 feet? We want to round to the nearest whole foot. So just to draw this out, we want to keep the base point the same, but we want to run a cable up here so that the total height ends up being 280 feet right there, 280. Well, the first thing that stands out to me is this right angle right here. And anytime we have a triangle with right angles, we are talking about the Pythagorean theorem. So let's go back to the original case, right? The original case, and I'll draw it right here. The original case, we had 250 feet right there and 240 feet right there. Let's figure out this base, what the horizontal distance is. Now, if you are very, very good at Pythagorean triples, you might know that this fits a Pythagorean triple. 7, 24, 25 is a Pythagorean triple, so you can assume that that distance is 70. 7, 24, 25, all multiplied by 10. But even if you don't, you can just use the Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. Okay, so now we're drawing another right triangle, this bigger right triangle right here. I'll draw it down like that. Boom, boom, boom. And what we have, or what we want to have, is 280. This is still 70, so that doesn't change. Now it just wants to know this one. Well, this unfortunately is not a Pythagorean triple, so we will have to use our Pythagorean theorem. We'll do a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So that's 70 squared plus 280 squared equals x squared, right? When we add this together, feel free to do it on your calculator, we get 83300. I didn't just do that in my head, I used my calculator. Equals x squared. We take the square root, and what we find is that comes to 288.61. Now this is where details matter. It asked us to round to the nearest whole foot. So we want to say 289 whole feet. But we're still not done because we have to pay attention to the capitalized word in the question. How much more cable? Well, we started with 250 feet of cable. We need 289 feet of cable, so that means we need a total of 39 more feet of cable. 39 is the correct answer to this question.